tools. Pitchfork. We all know what they are, how they're used. Jokingly, sometimes I say when it gets too deep at work, I tell my friends, get the pitchfork out so it's a little deeper. But just a simple tool we all use. Recent storms. I had to get this out because my spouse says you need to fix this, you need to fix that. Again, just an everyday simple tool. There's millions of them out there. The next tool, staple gun, or nail gun rather. Oh, I wished I had one of these when I did my fence. I watched them when they installed my fence for me. These things are very dangerous. I thought to myself, what if that guy misses? Will he hit somebody behind him? I've seen on some shows where people have actually been hit by it, and it's pretty ugly. Again, an everyday tool that we use. Well, this one's more of a contractor type situation. So in researching for my presentation, I got thinking about, a screwdriver. No, maybe I was thinking about a screwdriver, right? But I think I needed one at that time.
That's funny.
So I don't know if that would fall under tool, but I could look at it that way. So after I realized my mistake, then I got to the real screwdriver. Again, an everyday tool that many of us use day in and day out in our lifetimes. Now, getting to the point, what I'm presenting today is about firearms and safety. You ever heard of the Star Trek situation? Where if you pick up a firearm and only the person that is pre-scanned and pre-programmed into this firearm can use it. So for example, you steal my firearm. You pick it up, you're having a bad day. You cannot fire it, no matter what. And in my research on the statistics of firearms, the vast majority of them were stolen firearms. The second part was children. No excuse for that. People leave firearms unlocked, unattended. In the Star Wars type situation, if it's pre-scanned, the child will pick it up and the smart sensor in the firearm will say, no can do. So I want to eliminate totally, but it will reduce. Now here's a picture of a firearm. This is a common, it's a Glock 26, 21.3 ounces. FBI has used this a lot, and this is very popular in the concealed carry community. Now the dry stuff, statistics. I'm going to use Chicago as my example because they've been on the news most recently. 2016, Chicago has had 730 homicides. Chicago is supposed to be a gun-free state for the last 10 years. No pistols, no, nothing. The more they do it, magically the crime rate is going up. So with the Star Wars effect, all these stolen firearms that are going out wouldn't be used. Again, going back to that, if somebody steals my firearm, somebody else can't use it. Well, again, won't stop the person that owned it, but it'll slow it down. And forgive my writing on the back. I was going to put that on the front. I was going to put it on the back. Some more statistics. In 2015, on average, a toddler in America shoots someone about once a week. That's unacceptable. I own firearms, and it's just, no, that's unexcusable. If we had the sensor type setup, where it scans you, how many children can we save? I can't imagine. I couldn't find any statistics. But this here, I think would save a lot of our precious children. Now you'll notice on these last couple slides, there's all kinds of different viewpoints, opinions on firearms. Some people hate them, some people love them, and some people have no opinion at all. 2015, rather, I'm sorry, 2005 to 2015, 71 Americans were killed on U.S. soil by terrorists. 71. During that same time frame, 2005 to 2015, 301,797 people were killed by gun violence during that same period. Again, unacceptable in my opinion. Would a mechanism, a smart gun feature, reduce this? I'd like to think yes, it could. Recently during the elections, as we mentioned earlier, the FBI and all the stuff about Obama talking about firearms and the community that does handle firearms and carries them, they've triggered a new record in gun sale. All the talk about, you know, affecting the Second Amendment rights and stuff. In November of 2016, they processed 185,345 background checks. These are people that were panicking to buy a firearm. I'm just saying, so those were equipped with a smart sensor mechanism. Not saying no to firearms, but we gotta make them better. According to Wikipedia, a firearm, a smart gun, which is the focal here, will only allow an authorized user to fire this device. There's been several different people try this. There's a young man, 19, I don't have his name right in front of me. He's been awarded with the company to help develop this. And the key thing with this is, in simple terms, you're gonna have, I'm gonna pass around several photos here. These are some concept design. It's got the built-in decoder. You have this, which is another type mechanism. And here's an actual picture of when you grab this firearm, it reads your fingerprint and gives you a green light and allows you to fire said weapon. This one is a AR-15, and same thing, that's a sensor, much like the sensor on your telephone. It picks up your fingerprint and it allows you to use that firearm. There are many arguments on this, both sides, good and bad, but I think it's something that we could use in our future to help save more people. Madam President.
Masters and guests, and Madam Toastmaster. I thought Scott's speech was very good. It's not very often that somebody actually has a picture and passes it around. Usually for the people in the back, you're squinting, trying to see the picture. For me anyway, it was really good that Scott passed the pictures around. We could all look at it at our view level. Starting out with tools, I thought speech was going to be about tools. And then Scott made a turn and started talking about gun safety. And in doing that, it kind of made me want to pay attention to what he was doing, because I was thinking, oh, another speech about tools. And then he started talking about gun safety, which I didn't catch at first, even though he said something about guns having the fingerprint or some kind of safety device to not let you fire it, like he mentioned. As he went through, he methodically went through the pictures, which I thought was good. Some people will read the picture and they won't say anything. They'll say, this is a gun, and they'll pass it, for example. But he had the picture and then he described what his topic was for each picture, which I thought was great. So the graphics, the description for the pictures, and handing the pictures out were really great, which made it a good speech. One of the things that I like is when somebody comes up and makes a speech, they make their point right at the beginning. For example, if I said the speech, I would have said, this is about gun safety. I wouldn't have had the tools at the beginning, but then I got it. Guns are like tools. And like I said, you don't always hear that from me, my title of my speech, but it would have been nice to, I must have missed the title of the speech. It's probably here somewhere. I probably missed the title of the speech. But if I heard the speech being gun safety, and when the tools were being handed out, I would have said, I'm anticipating the gun safety thing here, you know, which would have made the speech a little more interesting. So, in saying that, thank you, Scott. It was a good speech. Madam Toastmaster.